Hello, I'm clinical psychologist Dr. Michael Vitellano, and this is Resilience Real Talk. Today I'm going to talk about how therapy actually works. So stay tuned to the end of the video and you will learn about 4 key components that make therapy successful, and I will attempt to demystify and destigmatize therapy and talk about what it actually is and how it actually works. So first, what therapy is not. So therapy is not and should not be mysterious. Therapists should be open and honest and transparent. They should explain the rationale for the therapy, why they're doing what they're doing, and how it works and how it's worked for other people. Therapy is also not analyzing the unconscious mind. It is not dream analysis, and it would be pretty hard to find someone who would reliably and honestly analyze your dreams. Dreams don't have this universal meaning for everyone, even if they might be talked about in therapy. But therapy might help people pay attention to unconscious processes. For example, learning about the sensations in their body, physical discomfort, heart beating really fast, some abdominal discomfort that may accompany really unpleasant or unwanted emotions. So therapy does help increase self-awareness of physiological sensations, which some people believe that are due to the unconscious mind. Therapy is also not designed to change your personality. It may help you become more aware of your personality and certain personality traits, to help you see why you might be getting upset or reactive in certain situations, but it will not change your overarching personality, nor will it change every aspect of your life. Lastly, therapy is not a friendship. So why does therapy actually work? So the answer to that question is we don't really know. So why would I be doing a video about how therapy works if we don't actually know? Well, we've studied this question for a long time, and we do have some evidence in the therapeutic process research that involves looking at outcomes after therapy, as well as studies that examine master therapists and what are some of the common qualities that they share. So the first common quality that makes therapy work is trust. Trust is what makes a working relationship between a therapist and a client. We call this the therapeutic alliance. Without it, technical skill matters very little, but with a strong alliance, it predicts success reliably, regardless of the therapist's technique, training, theoretical orientation, and experience. The second common factor that makes therapy work is warmth. Therapists are highly trained to experience and communicate empathy and a positive regard for their clients. That means your therapist should be on your side. This provides an accepting and understanding environment to talk about things that are very personal and very difficult. This doesn't mean that your therapist won't challenge you from time to time, but overall, you should believe that he is with you and he is on your team. Thirdly, what makes therapy work is an agreement. An agreement between what the therapist and the client's goals are and coming to a consensus about those goals. So the goals of the therapy should be openly and honestly talked about early on in the therapy, and the client should share what their goals are for coming to therapy, and the therapist should share some of the goals that they think might be helpful. So an agreement on the goal consensus is a key to making therapy successful. The last factor that makes therapy work is hope. When the client believes and expects change, therapy is more successful. It is also the therapist's job to believe in the therapy believe in their self, and believe that the client will and can get better. When both the client and the therapist both have hope, the research shows that therapy outcomes are much more successful. So now that you learned the 4 key components that make therapy work, I want to dive a little bit deeper into how therapy actually works. To understand that, we have to understand the social nature of humans. Humans are social animals who survive and thrive when relating well to each other and are connected with other people. The therapeutic relationship helps to do just that. The relationship between the therapist and the client helps to alleviate loneliness. It helps to encourage healthy habits, both mentally, physically, and socially. The therapist also offers a sounding board to provide objective, non-biased observations regarding the client and his social interactions and social decision making. This is much different from a friendship. Therapy is focused entirely on the client's needs. So therapist rarely talks about themselves or their own life, but it's a one-way relationship that focuses almost completely on the client. Therapy is also unique in that it's protected both legally and ethically by boundaries of privacy and confidentiality. That means that someone can share almost anything and have the complete trust in the therapist. And because of these ethical and professional legal boundaries, the therapeutic environment is designed for a safe and intimate disclosure of honest emotional expression. People feel comfortable talking about crises and really personal, difficult experiences that they may have gone through. I hope you've learned a little bit about how therapy works. I'm going to do a few other videos to explain more about qualities of therapists and what to look for